Police have positively identified a body found at a marijuana plantation on Sunday, September 27, 2020, at Garababano. A firearm was recovered near the remains, which were in an advanced state of decomposition. Now, the worst fears of loved ones of 36-year-old Mishak Emilier, who was reported missing since Saturday, September 19, 2020, have come to pass.
Forensic results reaching the police have been able to confirm that 36-year-old Mishak Dyson Emilian was the person whose body was found near the marijuana plantation.
News Force reached out to relatives, but they declined comment. Forensics also played a key role in the breakthrough of another case, the murder of 62-year-old St. Omer Abbott in November 2019. Abbott was found lying in a pool of blood at his Grand Ravine Dennery residence with multiple lacerations and gunshot wounds. A note was reportedly found near his body with the message, "When you owe, you must pay." Abbott was said to have been discovered by a relative who went to his house to check on him. Back then, sources had disclosed that there was no forced entry. Now, almost a year later, law enforcement officials say physical evidence points to a man who was no stranger to police.
On November 16, 2019, police responded to a homicide in Grand Ravine, Dennery, where St. Omer Abbott was found dead at his residence. Samples were taken from that scene and sent for forensic examination, and we have been in receipt of those results. What we can say to a reasonable degree of scientific certainty that St. Omer Abbott, the deceased, and Makin Maki had an encounter at the residence of deceased St. Omer Abbott on the day of his death.
While police have made a link in the case, the man in question will not be facing the courts. Makin Maki, alias Roadblock, was shot dead by police on Wednesday, March 25, 2020, after a prison break at the Bordelais Correctional Facility.
You would recall that Makin Maki was also charged for a homicide in the south of the island, and he was on remand at the Bordelais Correctional Facility where he had escaped. And sometime in March this year, during the process of his recapture, he was fatally shot by the police.
The fugitive was shot and killed by law enforcement after being on the run for 3 days. Back then, Acting Police Commissioner Milton Daisy revealed that Markey had threatened police officers prior to the jailbreak. Markey, who was already facing murder charges in a previous case, and 4 other inmates, reportedly subdued a corrections officer before making a run for the hills near Bordelais on Saturday, March 21, 2020. However, the manhunt would come to an end in gunfire on the evening of Wednesday, March 25th, after attempts to capture him alive failed. Sources indicated that police had received intelligence that Roadblock was attempting to flee the island via a boat at Dennery Beach. Roadblock was charged for the fatal shooting of 27-year-old Lyndon George. The DJ was gunned down at a dance hall in Bruceville Vieux Fort on Saturday, November 30th, 2019. Colby DeVoe, HTS News Force.